Here live in the lab. It was a little hot to head to the lake this afternoon. Well, actually, before noon hit, it was already heated out there, about 90 something degrees. So I decided to come in here, do a little tackle organization. As you can see, I'm out here with my boat, got all my rods over there. So I'm going to go through there, pick out a few things, going to get tied on for tomorrow. So I'll be live on the lake tomorrow, guys. So make sure you tune in for that. If you are new to the channel, please hit the like button. And also hit the subscribe button if you like this type of content. So I'm just going to be out here going through a little bit of my tackle. And if you guys come into the comments and there's a topic or something that you want to talk about, I'll be in the chat too. So I'll be taking a look to see what you guys are, talking about in the comments. But this is going to be about fishing, guys. As you see right there, MoneyBass. Yeah, so make sure you guys check me out on MoneyBass.com. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started, guys. So I still have some of my tackle and stuff that's kind of out. I just had a live tournament this past weekend. So if you like live action on the lake, something a little different from the norm, on YouTube, search Money Bass Battle of the Anglers. The one that we just had took place on Logan Martin, guys. It was a great time. It was a great time. So, yeah, I won't put out any spoilers on that for you, but make sure you guys want to take a look at that. All right, so I just did a members only video yesterday where we went over some of the techniques and things that I used for that tournament this past weekend. In the description, guys, there is currently a 15% off sale taking place on Tackle Warehouse. I put a link in the description that will take you directly to one of the top products that I would say will catch you fish, whether you are fishing from the bank, whether you're fishing from the boats, pier fishing, any of that kind of stuff, pond fishing, all of that. Click that link in the description. It'll take you straight to the bait that you need. That one bait right there, it'll get some fish to the boat for you. All right, so this is my Wacky rig set up right here. So this was something that I was using this past weekend. So I'm just gonna go through here and kind of organize my tackle. See you guys as you come into the chat. Just wanna see what kind of comments and things that you have going on out there. Let's see. See if we can change this up a little bit. See some settings on here. Let's play around with those. Let's see. Okay. All right, but yeah, so really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's see who we have checking in. We have Dragon Ball. What's going on, guy? All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna be here going through some of my fishing gear. I have a live stream every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So if you guys are interested in that, just make sure you tune in. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. This past Tuesday, we started discussing forward-facing sonar. That's kind of a big topic that's going on right now in the fishing industry. Has been for a while, so we kind of touched on that a little bit. But yeah, just gonna be out here going through some of my tackle, getting some things organized. All right, just taking a look to see as you guys come into the chat. What's going on, Edgar? We have Edgar checking in, giving it the thumbs down. Oh yeah, Edgar doesn't like fishing, but it's all right. Ashanti, what is going on? Says, how are you today? Hey, things are going pretty good, So I got my jig. These are all of my jigs right there, guys. Now, one of the sayings that they have out there are jigs catch pigs, which means jigs catch some big fish. So I have some that I used and I put together, have some custom skirts that I put on there. That is a Strike King Rage Crawl trailer. So this right here has that kind of like a football head on that jig. So you know that goes through a lot of rocks and things like that. And this one's kind of heavy. So this I throw on those lakes where those big fish are at, like Gunnersville and stuff like that. But yeah, so I just had to go and get my my jig collection set up. Just went out and bought some more of these too. Here we go. Bitsy bugs. Have some Bitsy bug lures. And actually, let me just check on this other. Let me hop on YouTube real quick so I can see what you guys are seeing. All right, but yeah, like I was saying, Strike King Bitsy Bug. Do any of you guys use those? So that's kind of a smaller presentation, but they definitely work very well out on the lakes. Let's see. right. So yeah, let's see what else we have, guys. All right, so this is just a little cleanup because like I mentioned earlier, it's a little hot to be out on the lake today. As late in the day as I planned on getting out there, so I kind of postponed that until tomorrow. So for now, I'm just going to be out here kind of organizing my tackle and all that kind of stuff from this past weekend's tournament. So you know how you have things kind of moved out of place and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be getting all of that back organized, and that is what I'm in the process of doing. So this is my jig box right here, and I like to keep those boxes with the waterproof seal around those. And again, make sure you guys click the link in the description because Tackle Warehouse has a 15% off sale, and I put a link that will take you directly to the product that I guarantee you will catch you fish out on the lakes, guys. And it will have the link to the bait that I was using this past weekend. So if any of you guys watched the live tournament that took place, that is one of the key baits that I was using. But that's my jig box right here. This right here is my Wacky rig box. Have some of these yum dinger Cincos, and that's pretty much what I use on my Wacky rig. So yum dingers. So let me just go ahead and take these out of the bag. So I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup too. All right, so what's going on, guys? Let's just check in the chat. I see a few of you checking in. We have DL Peck Fishing. What does he say? He says, what's up, Money? You providing some nice information in the members' content. Keep it coming. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to give you guys some of that winning information. So all the members of the channel, I call them the Money Team. So make sure you guys, if you're interested in fishing content, make sure you take a look at the membership that I have set up. So we do member lives where I go over some detailed information that, you know, it's helping some of the guys out there on the lake. All right, Lee Robinson says, fishing hurts the fish. Is it true? Well, I heard that not fishing hurts the fisherman. What do you think about that? All right, let's see. RC says, where exactly are you located? I'm in Georgia. I'm out here in Georgia trying to make some things happen on the lakes. All right, Dragon Ball says, last time I went fishing, I hooked my finger. Now, were you trying to do that? Were you finger fishing? Or was that an accident? But yeah, I'm just joking. That is a kind of a bad thing to happen. Hopefully the barb didn't get stuck in your finger on that one. All right, so let's just get these. Well, actually, I'll leave these in the pack so I'll know what brand they are and what kind of Cincos these are. So I'll leave these in the pack. But I have my Wacky rig box right here. So you guys just saw me put my my jig box down. And I'm just doing a little organization down here, guys. So that is my Wacky rig and my shaky head box right here. So you see it has this wacky tool on here is what they call that. So if you want to put the rings on your Wacky rigs, then you can do that. Let's go ahead and put this back up. So I'll have this for tomorrow, guys. I will be live on the water. I won't be fishing offshore, so I will not be using my electronics. We're going to go ahead and hit the shallows and just cover some water and see how many fish we can run into. So maybe for about an hour, 2 hours, something like that, I'll be out there trying to see if I can make some things happen. And we will be targeting bass. So anybody that is new to the channel, or maybe you just slide through to see what we're talking about over here. So I will be out on the lake live tomorrow, guys. All right, so that is my Wacky rig box. This is another good shallow water box right here. So these are my spinner baits. And again, this has that waterproof seal around the edges, because one of the things that you do not want to happen with your fishing equipment is for a lot of rust and things like that to get in there. But it has all of these compartments, and each one of those compartments will allow you to store your spinner baits in here. So you can put spinner baits, buzz baits, different things like that. But there we go. So that is one of my top performers right there. You can see it kind of looks a little beat up. It's been through some battles before. And let's see, it's another one in here that I really like whenever you're dealing with stained water. Let's see if I can get this back in this box. All right, so there you go. So this is called a mini-me. A mini-me spinnerbait. And if you notice, guys, you want to have that stinger hook on there. And I have a small piece of plastic tubing that kind of holds that hook on there, but it lets it kind of move around freely. But look at the colors on that right there. So that is a good bait for using when you have water that may be clear to slightly stained. But actually with the water displacement that you'll have on these spinner baits, it's good for I would even throw this in muddy water, but I would go the Colorado blade, kind of a more of a round looking blade. And actually, for those of you that may not be familiar with that, I'll show you real quick the difference. So these are willow blades when they're kind of long and pointed like that. So that's a willow blade. So whenever water is more stained, so the visibility is low, you want the water to have a lot more movement to it. Then just go with something that has a Colorado blade on here. So this right here still has that chartreuse, but look at the difference in the shape of that blade right there. So that will have a lot more water displacement, a lot more thump to it coming through the water, so the fish can feel that whenever it's in the area, and they'll chomp on those guys. But yeah, so spinner bait, that's another nice shallow water bait. But for you guys that like fishing offshore, I mean, they'll work out there also. So I do have, let me just show you one more. I have one that's a little heavier. So this one is all white. And if you take a look right here, that lead is actually, has the lead on the head, but it also has it on the body too. So this one has, this is a 3/4 ounce. So it's smaller, but it still has that heavier weight that will allow you to get down in that deeper water. And this one has a gold blade on it with a little bit of flash on there. Can you guys see that flash in there? There you go. See those sparkles in there a little bit. Just a little extra something that might help you get a bite out on the lakes. But this is my spinnerbait box. I just recently picked this up not too long ago. But again, for anybody that is just tuning in, there is a sale taking place right now at Tackle Warehouse where you can get 15% off of the tackle. I put a link in the description that will take you directly to one of the top products that I would say, if you're going to get anything, you may want to pick up one of those products that I put the link in the description for. All right, so that is my spinner bait box. And again, I'm just out here, guys. I wasn't able to make it to the lake today whenever I decided to go out there after I had some things finished this morning. It was hot. It was super hot. So I decided not to go out there, but I'll go out there tomorrow and see what we can find. All right, let's see who else do we have tuning in. So Dragon Ball says, last time I went fishing, I hooked my finger, and says, I have to go for a second. All right, so we'll see you when you get back. All right, we have Gato checking in. All right, appreciate you for tuning in. All right, so let's just continue getting things organized, guys. All right, so I have my line bag. This is a Bass Mafia line bag. So if you guys are needing any equipment, now is the time to take a look at Tackle Warehouse. Like I said, the link is in the description. Where you can get, I mean, all of us, we always need to pick up on some type of baits every now and then. So now's a good time. Anytime there's a sale, I try to let you guys know about it so that you can save money and kind of stock up on your tackle. All right, so I just kind of leave this laying in here. And we'll get to these rods in just a second. So I have my rod locker over here that I have to kind of go through and get out the baits that I plan on using for tomorrow. All right, so this is one of them right here. So this is a spinning reel, 20-pound high-vis yellow braid. And actually, during my last tournament, I broke off right at the end of the day, so I never tied that back on. So I'll tie this on in just a second. So, and since that is the case, I need to get my line bag back out here. So this is what I keep my line in. So I put 12-pound fluorocarbon, and I use a double uni knot to tie that on. So there we go. Seaguar 12-pound line is what I will be tying on to that. So I'll go ahead and do that now. All right, so we have Robert. He says, I watch a lot of your videos, but this is the first time I've caught your live video. Oh, yeah, this is just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was actually going to be live out on the lake today, but by the time I decided to go out there, it appeared to be like in the 90 degrees or so. So I was like, nah, I think I'll wait and go out there tomorrow. So maybe 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow, somewhere around in that range. I'll be out on the lake live, so you guys can follow along with me. Get out there and see if we can have a good time. All right, let's see. All right, Jackson, he likes the boat. He said, what brand is your bass boat? All right, so it's a Nitro Z20. I have a 250 on here. So if you go to my main channel, you'll see some footage of my boat on there. Maybe I'll give you guys a tour of it tomorrow whenever we're live. Maybe we'll do it that way. But yeah, it's a Nitro Z20. Has a 250 horsepower motor on it. I have the electronics, Humminbird electronics, Mega Live, Target Lock, Ultra. Operator Slice says, just got done making my Tycoon debates. All right, all right. Let me see. Jackson says, sick. I dropped the sub. All right, really, really appreciate that. Support this. Appreciate the support. So power poles. So no, I do not have power poles. I have talons. So they're similar. They pretty much serve the same purpose, but I have talons on my boat. All right. Robert says, yes, I live in Tennessee. It's hot here too. I also have a Nitro Z20, but mine is. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see. I also have a Nitro, but mine is a 2020 Z19. All right, so I have a 2020 Z20. All right, Daniel says, what's up, Money Bass? Got that 6.5 and 7.8 at Ivy. Come on down with the group and let's whack them. Okay, all right, so you're out there doing big things. Doing big things on Lake Ivy. All right, sounds good. But yeah, guys, so like I was saying, it was a little hot out here, so I guess that's why we went dark for just a second. But yeah, we'll keep going just another minute or two. See if everything works out. All right, so tomorrow while I'm live on the lake, one of the things that I will be throwing is a crankbait. I'll be changing it up a little bit. So let me just go ahead and take this out. Go ahead and get this one out. So on this lake, I'm going to be fishing. It's a real clear lake, so right here, I have a bait on here. This is what I throw on stained and muddy water. So I'm gonna change that crankbait out, guys. Let's see, let's hop into the crankbait selection. All right, so I want something with more of a natural color to it. Let's see if we can angle this down a little bit so you guys can take a look and see what I'm looking at down here. All right, take a look at the crankbait selection. So I'm gonna be running shallow. So I kind of like something like that with that more of a natural color to it. But check this one out, guys. Now that is a custom color, a custom painted crankbait. The hooks are not on there because I haven't thrown this in a while. But I do have 2 of these. So check this out, guys. I have another one. So I had these custom painted right there. Can you see those? All right, so we'll call this one bluegill and we'll call this one brim. So on a clear lake, what do you guys think? Should I throw bluegill on the bottom or should I throw brim? I'm gonna add the hooks onto it. Then the other thing to keep in mind is this one that I'm saying is brim. It has a smaller bill than this other one. So this one isn't gonna go as deep. So I might stick with something like that. I can't remember the depth that this one right here goes. All right, so you guys are saying brim. Jackson says through that brim. Let's see what else you guys are talking about in here. All right, let's see. Traveling Clat. Who is that? The Traveling Clat says, much love from Israel. All right, what is going on? Big shout out to you. Really appreciate you for tuning in. All right, Paxton says, can you send me a bait caster, please? One bait caster, please. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a bait caster today. All right, let's see. Mask Off Fishing says, look out for a red stratus on Lanier soon. All right, come on out there. Come on out there. I want to see you. I want to see what you can do. All right, Timothy says, good job with the updates. I use Bitsy Bugs as well on Lanier. Yeah, you know something? I think I'm gonna go ahead and try that out because I used to crush them on Lanier throwing a bitsy bug, and I haven't thrown those in a while. I just picked up a few that I was showing you guys just a little earlier. Let me just check something real quick. All right, let's see. I use Bixie Bugs as well on Lanier. Good product for the price. Oh, definitely. I think those things were only like $2 and something each, where you some jigs you're paying almost $10 just for one. All right, Jackson says, should I start live? Should I start a live in a bit? Go ahead, do your thing, do your thing. All right, we got Brim coming in. Brim, somebody else said Brim. Make a poll. Yeah, so I'm just doing a quick live. I don't really see the settings on here to do the polls. All right, so Timothy Turner says the deeper diving one, Brim. All right, so these were the two options that I put up there, guys. So I'm gonna put on a Bitsy Bug too. So this is what I'm gonna be throwing for tomorrow. One of these. Let's see, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that Brim. So I need to put some hooks back on here because I took the hooks off and actually use those on a different bait. So let's go ahead and find because I took those hooks off, I need to find a bait that I can take the hooks off of and put them back on here. Now this one is kind of bent out. This was what is this, a 5XD? Yeah, so this is a 5XD. So more than likely I was throwing that on a lake that has largemouth on it. But let's see, let's change those hooks out. So I'm gonna take these hooks off and put them on this custom painted Brim lure. What do you guys think about that? Do you think the colors and everything on that look good? Do you like the design work on that one? What do you think? All right, so Jackson said, depends on the depth you're fishing. Robert says, my lake here, I would use the bluegill on Norris Lake. All right, let's see, who is that? Santianis says, wow, it's so many, bro, give me one lure. So you want just one, huh? This is just one of my, this one right here has more of the shallow running crankbaits in here. And then this one has my bigger, the ones that dive a little bit deeper, but I'm not gonna be fishing offshore. I'm gonna be running shallow, not gonna be using my electronics tomorrow. But this one right here has a bunch of different crankbaits in here that I use offshore, and if I just wanna go for a deeper presentation. But tomorrow I'm gonna be burning. I'm gonna throw that trolling motor on, I don't know, 6, 7, somewhere around in there, and just start covering water and talking to you guys. All right, really appreciate everybody for hitting the like button. Go ahead and give me a few more likes, guys. Do you like this type of content? I might do this a little bit more for you if you guys are enjoying this. All right, from the Philippines, what's going on? Really appreciate you for tuning in. All right, so Fly Guy says, do you do competitive fishing? Yes, sir, I sure do. If you search MoneyBass Battle of the Anglers on YouTube, you will see a live tournament that I just participated in this past weekend. So they are live, guys. You will really enjoy, even if you're not really into fishing, you'll enjoy the format. But yeah, just do me a favor, search Money Bass Battle of the Anglers. Go check it out real quick and then come back and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Just click on it, just let it play for like 1 or 2 minutes and see if you like that format. All right, let's see. Who else do we have checking in? What's going on, Steve? Glad to see you checking in. All right. Let's see. Then the next question says, what's your choice for perch? Do you even fish for perch? No, I do not fish for perch. I pretty much fish for spotted bass and largemouth bass. But I used to do a lot of bank fishing, and I would catch perch, and I would pretty much catch those using just regular worms, night crawlers or red wigglers. All right, let's see. All right, we have Jeff York says, thanks for sharing. Good luck. Yeah, I'm going to have some fun out there tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. I'll be out on the lake. Everything will be live the same way that it is right now, but I will just be on the boat out there cruising around, trying to catch some fish, seeing what we can do, seeing what we can find. All right. So where were we at, guys? We were going to put some hooks on this custom painted brim bait. All right, so what are my favorite jigs? My favorite jigs. Let's see. So I just for this past tournament what I had ready that I was planning on fishing with were going to be Georgia blade jigs. So these right here. And if you take a look in this compartment right here, you see I have a lot of these. And so I had to get the color that I felt I would need. These are 3/8 ounce, and I got these specifically for skipping docks. And if you take a look, this is the way I trim those up. So I like to have this down here with a lot of flare to it. Let's get that lighting back right. Have a little flare to it. And basically, I just take scissors and just trim those the way that I want. And then I like bringing this bottom part of the skirt. If you take a look, you can see the bottom of the hook right here. Let's see if I can angle that right for you. And I trim that skirt right at the bottom of that hook. And that way it allows the legs on the crawl bait to have a lot of action on. And these are still connected. So let me just break those apart right there. But yeah, so it allows that to have a lot of action on it. And pretty much I just throw these and they skip across the water just like that. You see it has that archy head on there, kind of a flat jig head. It's not a round jig head. So I use those to skip docks. Now, another thing that I had found whenever I was out looking for jigs, I had not heard of these before, but I definitely heard of the angler. And his name is Brian Thrift. So he had some micro jigs, and that is what I wanted to get for this tournament that I was fishing. And as you see, I trimmed the trailer up the same way. And I trimmed the skirt. I trimmed the skirt right at the bottom of the hook. So the hook is hid right inside of that skirt. So you can kind of see it right there. So that skirt is right where those, where that hook comes through. And then the other thing, these with the shape of that jig head, you see it has more of a football. Get that in frame for you. But you see it has more of a round oval football shape. So these, I could skip these, but they really don't skip as well. All right, and that one right there was a 1/4 ounce. No, wait a second, was this a 3/4 ounce? I'm not 3/4. Was it a 3/8 or a 1/4 ounce? I think this was a 1/4 ounce right here. And then this other one just has a little bit of a different color to it, but still stayed in that green pumpkin family. Get the lighting right again. And this was a 1/2 ounce. So this is for whenever I was going to be targeting a little bit, being a little bit deeper water. But that is it's a Brian Thrift is the angler, and the bait itself actually has his name on the jig, but I do not remember what specific brand or anything they were. But these other ones are Georgia blade. So I got a lot of those because at the time I was planning on going out there and crushing it with some docks. Now what I'm going to get set up for tomorrow is called the Bitsy Bug, Strike King Bitsy Bug. And these are 1/4 ounce. And the thing that I like about these smaller compact jigs are they still will present as, you know, kind of a heftier bait. Georgia Jigs also has a finesse style jig that is really good. I have to check those out because I haven't really seen those. All right, thanks for your insight. All right, let's see. So what time are you going live tomorrow? So I should be live maybe around 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. But just make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then you will see, you should receive the notification. But all right, guys, like I said, it's kind of hot out here. So that's why I'm not on the lake, but it is hot enough for my camera to keep overheating. So I'm going to go ahead and close out, but make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'll be back live. I may be back again today after it cools down. You never know. You never know. But really appreciate everybody for tuning in. So let's go ahead and head on out, guys.